3.
Hey everybody, Sensei Aldous here. I hope you're all doing well. This video we're going to work on the JO Staff. I know in Aikido class we don't spend a lot of time on the JO, and I thought we could take advantage of this time when we're home and focus on learning this JO Kata and some of the bunkai and the application of it. In a minute I'm going to bring Sensei Tino in here, and he's going to help me with this, with some demonstrations. We're going to go over some of the stances and technique. Now first, a JO Staff is a very unique weapon, all right? It's got reach, it's got a lot of mobility. It's normally about 50 inches tall, about 1 inch in diameter. The JO Staff basically came from the bow staff, which is an Okinawan weapon, which is about 6 foot tall, all right? It's also techniques from Aikido, or the sword. So with the JO Staff, we have the reaching and thrusting ability of the weapon, striking outward, reach, again, here, thrust, as we do with the bow, side strikes here, blocking motions, coming into striking. So it gives us the reach of a bow, but not so far extended we might lose control. It also has the cutting techniques, the kesegiris, the karatakas, okay? Thrust, just like you may with a sword. Suihig, side cutting here, okay? So you've got the motions, the advantage of the length of a bow, the movement of a bow, and also the close and quarter techniques from Aikido, the sword, that you cannot do so effectively with the bow staff. So let me put this away to the side for a minute. Okay, so if you don't have an actual JO Staff at home, you can order these online and spend anywhere from 20 bucks all the way up to $100. I would always buy what you could budget the most and afford to buy, because you're never going to regret spending money on a good piece of a weapon here. If you don't have that, you could take a broom, unscrew that broom, use it as a weapon. You can use a dowel rod, anything you want to confine, or anything you can find now to use will be sufficient. All right, so I'm going to bring Sensei Tino in here. He's basically going to, Sensei Tino, Sensei Tino's going to demonstrate the kata. We're going to stop at a certain point. I'm only going so far today, and I want you to work on that. Now, if you know the whole kata, feel free to practice it. But remember, I could teach you this kata an hour, start to end, but it's going to take a lifetime to master it. So let's work on trying to more of a master's mentality of really getting this technique down in the first part. Okay, Sensei Tino?
Aikido JO Staff Kata, number 1. That is the halfway point in our kata.
Good job, Sensei. So let me explain a little bit what we're doing here, and I'm going to go from this angle. What we want to do from here, as we're facing our opponent, we want to do this little bit of a block here, step off the center line. Bring the JO right up from your side, and then do a simultaneous strike. Bring your back foot back to the center line, go into a cat stance. Block here. I'm going to block, where I can block the tops of my body, the chudan level, and also gidan below to the legs. Okay? Looking at it from a side view, from here, attack is maybe thrusting into me, towards me. I step off that line. I just bring this little bit of a block there, and I bring this right up into my hand at my hip. I give a thrusting or a strike there, ski, slide this foot to the center. See how I'm at a 45 angle here? My front foot is straight, my back foot's at a 45 angle. When I slide back, I'm going to be in the ball of the foot. 90% of my weight's on the back of the leg. If you're facing me in this direction, if I had my back foot pointing over here, you can see the insides of my legs are open for attack and the groin is open. When I turn that foot at a 45 and slide back, I close a lot of that away from my opponent. Okay, so again, what we want to do is step and block off the center, bring that JO up to your hand, thrust. Okay, I take that back. It's not a thrust, it's a ski. Thrust, do this, skis are going to slide. So ski, slide back to the center. As I move back in my cat stance, I'm going to slide this down and block. Okay, so it's a very important part of that part of the kata. Sensei, can you demonstrate again, please?
Right? Aikido JO Kata number 1.
Stop there. Okay, good. So, Sensei, relax. Okay, so let's talk about this part. What we're doing here, if I have Sensei Tino here, facing me, these strikes as we're coming down the kata here, they're going to start to stop in the center. Whether I came straight down or an angle, like the sword, I always stop the handle here. This is going to be your average grip. I'd say a couple inches or so from the bottom, and then 6 to 8 inches from the top. It's really kind of a comfort for you. But if I'm gripping too low, I lose some control, and I don't want to get up too high where I'm hitting myself here. So find that spot. I'm going to say 2 to 3 inches from the bottom, 6 to 8 inches apart, just like if I was gripping a sword. Now on these strikes, we're basically, stay still for a second, Sensei. I'm basically striking here and to the other side there. I'm not going straight down. Could you? Yes. All right. In the kata, we're going to come at an angle, bring it around, and here. You could do this with a partner, like this. Maybe you could get your wife to stand here for you and you could practice. Good luck with that. All right, so Sensei can come to me, do the same thing, just stand here and just practice that strike back and forth. And now notice how he switches his feet. So freeze there. If he's striking with this to this from left to right, he's got that left leg forward. He switches to go from the right to the left side. And a few more times. Here and here, just like that. Okay, yame. So let's go back to that part again, Sensei, and demonstrate those moves.
From the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Aikido JO Kata number 1.
Good, that's good, yame. All right. So that's how I want you to put this all together. Now, we're going to go on from there, and we'll talk about a couple other parts about break it down. Feel free to, the beauty of practicing at home with this, you can put it on pause whenever you want and practice a section. Go get a drink of water, come back to it, do as many reps as you want, and then come and hit play and practice it again. Okay? So Sensei, take us a little bit further.
Start from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good, thank you, sir. Okay. So let's look at that from this angle. If I'm facing the direction to my kata, I move off the center. I come in ichi, ni, to my hip, san, shi. I grab, I come into my jodan position, step in, 1, bring it around the back, and 2. Now, when we go from behind, I want to take my left hand and move it to the front. My right leg is going to go over here. Now, if you're looking at it from this angle, if I was in this position, your back foot has to move off the line of the front. Okay? If you don't, when you do this turn, you're going to be off balance. Okay? So make sure that you slide that foot off the center, so when you do your ski, when I turn my body, I'm going to be in a nice short width stance for my balance. So again, from here, we escape. Ichi, slide to center, cat stance knee. Hip, san, slide back, cat stance 2. Slide, bring it to jodan, step migi, right side, and left side. Reach up, slide that back leg over. Both feet are going away at the same angle. So yakuzen kutsudachi, or a reverse front stance. Now I'm going to ski in this motion, so it's not a thrust. I reach up, ski, one time, it looks like that. Basically like a pool stick, right? Here, ski, one time, I pull this back up, about 10 or 12 inches from the bottom. As I pivot my body, this is going to come up and I loosen my grip, and I'm going to basically slide this weapon and push it down and grip my hand, sword, my jo, here, ichi. So it's about even with your hip. And then you step forward again here with your ski. And another block. Now, the cat stance is utilized, just think of it like a rattlesnake or a cobra. They coil to strike and they recoil. Strike, recoil. So when I'm in this position and I block, I'm defending, defensive position, I'm coiled, I lunge, and I strike out, and then I recoil. Right? I lunge out, recoil. Lunge, coil. Lunge, coil. So the motion comes from that. That's why you have to have this at an angle. This won't work so well. See the difference? There. Alright, so just going to go through it one more time.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Sensei. All right. So, on that motion there, when I come, thrusting or ski, ichi, right? I bring it up, I turn, ni, I step forward, I draw this hand back so I can ski. So I step, I drew it back, ski. Cat stance, coil, block, and then strike. Okay? Thrust here. All right? So, one more time, Sensei.
Okay.
Good. Awesome. All right, so on that technique, when you're here and you step in, ichi, you want to bring the jo across your body. Basically even with the midsection of the waist, just above the hip line. From this position here, slide that back foot over because you're using your body to turn. If I'm facing you, I slide over, I use my body to get the motion. So as I'm turning, I'm going to snap out of this and turn and extend that jo out with my top hand in the center of my body. If I don't do that, if I don't cross, when I turn hard, I'm going to be off balance. So you have to make sure that you slide that leg over. All right? Use the body to turn here and strike. If I'm coming towards you, this way, body turns here, right there to the middle, right about head level. Okay? Excellent. So, what we're going to do now, I'm going to have Sensei Tino go through the kata. He's going to do it facing you one time, and we'll do it facing away so you can actually follow this. Okay? But again, be patient. Isn't it we're working on, we're finding ourselves in these times right now where our patience is really being tested. But I'm going to tell you, most people actually fail to make it to their black belt, fail to make it to any goals or be successful, is because they're just not patient. And sometimes you have to weather some storms, get through some tough times, so you can get what's waiting on the other side of that. It's part of, sometimes people call it paying your dues, right? We didn't ask for this, but we're dealing with it. And as martial artists, this is, I challenge you to actually live by our dojo crest. Take responsibility for your own training right now. We're trying to do what we can do to help you. But you're going to have to be more responsible for what you want to achieve. And then determination, arrow 4, okay? It's a no quit, go for it attitude. We have to remain determined. We have to, our perseverance is being tested. We have to grow in those areas. Do not let anything deter you from achieving your goal. We will be back in here one day training with you. One day soon, I believe. Okay? So I'm going to have Sensei demonstrate this again. And then one time facing you, and then one time going away. Nice. Okay, Sensei, try it from the other direction. Or do you put your back to them, Sensei? Go this way towards the shins up. Like, move up just a little bit, probably. Like, I'd probably come up right about in here.
I think I messed that one up.
Okay, this isn't Hollywood, so I can't say take two. So let's do it again, Sensei.
Senseis also make mistakes.
Go further, Sensei. We're out of room back there. Excellent. Thank you, Sensei. Wouldn't tell you to. All right, excellent, guys. Sensei, did you have anything you want to say to the Aikido students?
Aikido is very difficult to learn without a partner. However, the JO Staff exercises will allow you to continue learning as well as working on your stances for when we come back. And so if you have any questions, most of my students have my phone number. Feel free to call and we can talk you through it as you watch the video. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei. There you go. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you with one little drill that I think will help you at home. You have some fun with this. So, sitting in a seiza, I want you to set your bow out in front of you. You might get in a situation where your bow is knocked out of your hand, your JO staff's knocked out of your hands. So what you want to do is take one hand, and I'm going to flip that and bring it up into the other hand. Okay, again, here. I'm going to move it up in this way, palm up. Here, I'm going to throw that up, and basically I'm going to bring this up here, and then catch it with the same hand I threw it with and come here. Okay, so it looks like this. Here, just like that. In, ichi, ni, san. Both hands, work on that. Ichi, ni. You want to make sure you get this bottom off the floor, otherwise it's going to slide and this won't work. So I want to bring it up. Ich, ni, san. Whoa. There's a bad one. San. All right. Looking from the side. Here. Ichi, ni, san. So if I was standing up, and my JO staff is here, I could grab that. Rather than reaching here, I just grab, keep my distance, and I can be in fighting stance there. Again, set it down, grab, and then you have your weapon back in your hand. All right, so you guys have a great day. You know, right now, if we're looking for any blessings, we're into spring. Go outside and practice, enjoy the weather. Arigato, thank you very much.